Okay. Okay. Recording and transcribe. Okay, so let's begin. Dear professor and fellow students, this is group 3. Today we're gonna present about the Alibaba IPO on the New York Stock Exchange. My name's Harry.
My name is Bo Chin.
And my name is Rajveer.
Okay, so let's begin with the facts about Alibaba and its IPO. So the first one is Alibaba is an e-commerce company, which is a Chinese version of Amazon. It was founded in 1999 by the infamous Jack Ma. It's currently headquartered in Hangzhou, China, with the employee of around 250,000. And its IPO is regarded as one of the largest IPO in the US history. It was listed on 19th of September 2014 with the price of $68 per share, but it raised about 21.8 billion US dollars, which is higher than that of Visa, 17.9 billion, and also of Facebook, 16 billion. It is listed at the New York Stock Exchange instead of the NASDAQ, which is normally for the tech company, because prior to the listing, the NASDAQ mishandled Facebook's listing, and that makes Alibaba quite nervous. So it chose the New York Stock Exchange instead. And by listing on the US market, the company has 3 advantages. The first one is control, reputation, as well as the range of motion. So in terms of control, Jack Ma can still maintain control even though he might not hold the majority of the share, and this also lower the Chinese interference from the government as well. Reputation listed on the NYSE is well known and attracts traders globally. It is also under the regulation of the US SEC, and it gives the flexibility in terms of future merger and acquisition. The last one is as of July 7th to 2023, the share is trading at around $100 per share, which has a market cap of $257.6 billion. Its top holder include Prime Cap, Dodge and Koch, as well as Goldman Sachs.
Let's talk about the NYSE listing requirements. The general requirements condition is listed as following. The first one is number of shares publicly held, and number of public or lot holders in market value of public holder security, and so on. And besides this, there are some conditions that the worldwide companies must meet one of these following. The first one is earnings. The second one is valuation, cash flow, and revenue. The third one is unpredicated companies condition. All the requirements are listed in this page. We can take a reference for this topic. The next step in IPO, there are 5 steps for the IPO. The first step is hire an investment bank to handle the IPO. So once a team of bankers, lawyers, and the contents are decided on, the banker will begin job on the main S1 document. This is a registration form required by the SEC. It's legal document that tell the world about the company's plan for its proceeds, its business model, the competition, and its corporate governance risks, and equity compensation. The second step is submit the application to the SEC. So once the SEC approves the document and they are certified there have been sufficient information and the disclosures, the company can file public S1. The next page is the second step, roadshow and pricing. The company that launched a roadshow and a tour to meet the investor, which can occur 20 days after the public S1 is filed. And the start of the roadshow terms for the IPO are announced. The most important is how do they determine the price and the size. Typically, the banks will look at several metrics, including the present value of a company cash flow, the value of the company in relation to sales or cash flow, or the value of the comparable competitors who are already publicly traded. Then the security is going underwriting. That is, the security insurance requires the underwriter to sell shares of these companies. The final step is the public listing. This is the important day. The CEO, the senior management team, and the family members will open a simple at the NYSE. Yep, next.
And then at the end of the presentation, we have given the important links. So first is for the stock exchange, which is the New York Stock Exchange. This stock exchange is the biggest stock exchange, not only in the US, but in the whole world. And then we have given the links to the website of the Alibaba Group Holding Limited, which is our company for the IPO. We have talked about its IPO on the New York Stock Exchange in this presentation. And then we do have the regulator, which is US Securities and Exchange Commission. It is the national regulator responsible for the regulation of the stock markets in the US. And then we do have the lead underwriters. As we know, the IPO of the Alibaba is very big. So there was four of the main lead underwriters. First is the Credit Suisse, also known as the Swiss Credit. It is a global investment bank and financial services firm founded and based in the Switzerland. Then we have the Goldman Sachs. It is an investment bank and also act as a broker. It is also established in the US. Then we do have the Morgan Stanley, which is a wealth management firm and a global bank situated in the US as well. And last but not the least is JP Morgan Chase and Corporation. It is an American multinational financial firm. It is also the world's largest bank by the market capitalization. And then we do have the prospectus. Prospectus is a document which contains the important information about the securities. We do have two type of prospectus. First is the preliminary prospectus, also known as red herring, which means it is not the final version and it is in the red ink, which indicates that some specific changes can be done to it. It does not include any kind of values or the price of the share. It is just the basic. And then we do have the final prospectus, known as the blue sky, which means it refers to the good and clear sky, which indicates that it is good to go in the market. It contains all the vital information about the securities that are yet to be issued. It do include the price of shares, the market capitalization, and everything. As it is shown in it, the price and the market capitalization of the IPO. So it includes all the information and that is necessary to be issued to the public under the rules and regulations issued by the regulators.
So, yep. Well, thank you very much for your attention, and we will conclude our IPO. for Alibaba presentation. Thank you